Okay, so I realize that we go over the starter in class, but I haven't been doing that for the distance learning kids or kids that are absent, so I wanted to start putting up a video of me going over the starter so that you know if you're getting it or not. So for this first problem, 4 to the 0 power times 4 to the negative 2. What's the first thing you think that we need to do with this? So we have a couple of things we need to deal with. When we simplify, we need to combine everything that we can combine, and we need to get rid of all the negative exponents. When it says simplify or evaluate, you don't want any negative exponents. And this also says answer in exponential notation, so we still want 4 to some power in our answer. We just don't want any negative exponents. So I'm going to write this out the long way. What is 4 to the 0 power, or any number to the 0 power for that? It is 1. So 4 to the 0 power is 1. So there's that simplified, and I'm going to put times. And then we have 4 to the negative 2 power. What is the negative exponent rule? Well, the negative exponent rule says that what we're talking about here is repeated division, not repeated multiplication. And what that means we need to do is we need to put that base and exponent in the denominator. Oops. So when I move that 4 squared to the denominator, that leaves me a numerator of just 1 and a denominator of 4, shift 6, to the second power. 4 to the second power, 1 over 4 squared. So, and when we move it to the denominator to make it division now, that makes that exponent positive again. And we'll talk in a minute about what to do when you have a negative exponent that's already in the denominator. But that equals 1 times anything, it's just itself. So it equals the answer, just 1 over 4 squared. And that's the answer. That's all you need to do. I'm going to choose a shape and put that around my answer. There we go. So you can see that that's the final answer. And that was basically writing it out the long way. We could have written 4 times 4 and then changed it back to 4 squared, but we didn't need to. Okay, so for number 2, 3 cubed over 3 to the negative 1. So what I'm going to do here is write out my 3 cubed. So pull out my equation editor here. I'm going to do 3 times 3 times 3. Oh, wrong thing. That's annoying. There we go. Times 3. And then this 3 to the negative 1. Well, 3 to the first power is just 3. To the negative 1, when it's in the denominator, that means it's division right now, but it needs to be the opposite of that, which is multiplication. So I need to move that up to the top. Essentially what it means is if you have a negative exponent, if it's in a numerator or in a number that's not a fraction, you need to move it to the denominator. If it starts in the denominator, you need to move it back up to the numerator. So wherever it is, it needs to go to the other place, is basically how that works. So times 3 to the first power, that's just another 3. That was moving that fraction. Here, I'm going to put in a line here. Yeah, that's what I need. Moving that base up to the numerator. And there, that line is so thick that it doesn't want to make an arrow. But there it is. That 3 to the first power is just another 3. So, once I have that done, I can go back in here and go, okay, now I'm going to simplify this in exponential form. So I'm not going to multiply it out. I'm going to do 3 to the what power? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 of them being multiplied together, so 3 to the 4th power. And that is the answer. I'm going to make that line not quite so thick when I put a box around my answer. There we go. 3 to the 4th power is what I'm looking for there. This one, 7 to the third power to the fourth power. Let's see what we can do with this. So the first thing I need to do is take this whole thing in parentheses to the fourth power. So I'm going to do, and I'm going to open the equation editor to do it, 7 shift 6 to the third power, and then arrow so that I'm on the line again, not up in the exponent anymore, times 7 shift 6 3 times 7 shift 6 3. So 7 cubed times 7 cubed times 7 cubed. Oh, I need one more because to the fourth power. So one more times 7 shift 6 3. 7 cubed. So there, I've written that out almost the long way, but not quite yet, because now I've got to expand these 7 to the third power out. So I'm going to do equals. For each one of these, I need to do 3 7s multiplied together. So here we go. 7 times 7 times 7, there's one of them, times 7 times 7 times 7, there's 2, times 7 times 7 times 7, there's 3, times 7 times 7 times 7, there's 4. So, oh, I needed, wow. Sorry, it's late on a Friday. My brain's not working. So I needed 4 of them, and there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 of 7 cubed. So now all I have to do to get my final answer is count how many 7s I have now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 7s being multiplied together. So I can type that as 7 shift 6, 12. 7 to the 12th power, and that is the answer. That's the simplified version of this. Now you can look back at this and go, oh yeah, because 3 times 4 is 12. That's the rule. But again, 8th graders struggle to remember when you add the exponents, when you subtract the exponents, and when you multiply the exponents. Here in this first one, what we needed to do was add. 0 plus -2 is -2, which puts it down in the denominator. Here we needed to subtract. 3 minus -1 makes it 3 plus 1, which is a 4, 3 to the 4th. And here, 3 times 4 is 12, so 7 to the 12th. Hopefully, that helps you. Thanks for listening.